All right, we will continue where we left off. Item 6.6, our 11:15 a.m. item, public hearing. Consideration of resolution adopting the Title VI implementation plan. And with us, we have Director Glenn March.
Good afternoon. Good morning, Chair Sabatier and board members. Title VI of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 is a requirement placed on all counties or public agencies receiving federal fund. There are requirements that we have to adhere to. So this Title VI implementation plan came about as a result of a Caltrans review of our existing practices. And so what they had asked us to do is create a more formal document to ensure that we adhere to standards that other agencies adhere to. So, Title VI ensures that no person in the United States shall, on the grounds of race, color, or national origin, be excluded from participation in, be denied the benefits of, or be subjected to discrimination under any program or activity receiving federal financial assistance. So the implementation plan is more of a compliance plan to ensure that the county has a formal plan so we can comply with all the formal processes that are part of the Title VI requirements. So, for example, one of the biggest requirements, I think, is to have a complaint process, an investigation process to ensure that any Title VI complaints are thoroughly investigated and resolved. There are also requirements that we appoint a Title VI coordinator, which is our Human Resources Director, as well as Title VI liaisons for each department receiving federal funds. So this is a requirement of the plan, and it's a heavy lift. There's going to be training requirements, posting of signs in departments. One of the things that there is provisions for people with limited English proficiencies. So one of the important things is to ensure they get to the bilingual people so we can improve communications if that's necessary. So what you have before you is an implementation plan that was developed by staff and our consultant. And if you have any questions.
Thank you very much for bringing this to us. Supervisor Pyska?
I just have one question because Title VI doesn't include gender and Title IX does, so is this just a...
Is that a question or a comment?
I mean, it's a statement. It's a statement. So I'll just leave it at that.
If you have the ability to change federal guidelines.
Yes.
I'll make a call.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Supervisor Green?
Yeah, just interesting that it's coming up. Seems like kind of late in the century to be doing this. Housekeeping items in the draft reso. I don't see this policy itself as being an attachment to the reso, although it is referenced within that document. And then within the draft plan itself, I see several placeholders for email addresses and website addresses and what have you. So I guess a couple of housekeeping items for county council or staff or both. Should the reso be amended to specifically incorporate this policy as an attachment to the reso? And does this draft form of the policy need some polishing? And can it be polished after we approve it today, or should we do the polishing now? Because there seems to be some yellow highlighting that needs to get fixed.
So as to the amendment to the resolution, your board may amend the resolution to specifically reference the attachment or inclusion of the plan document as an exhibit to the resolution, the Title VI implementation plan. And as to the placeholder items, the highlighted portions in the plan itself, Not sure if Director March will have that information on hand. It seems that for each page, for a majority of the pages, it references a website of sorts from the entity, along with one page that has the email address blank. But
So my intent was to get board approval, then work with IT to develop the web pages necessary to post all the information. We're going to post not only the plan, but also the complaint forms and everything. So my suggestion is that we approve the implementation plan with the necessary changes to reflect the web pages, addresses, and the email addresses not shown.
Okay, and then follow-up question. I apologize for being snarky. Better late than never, I guess. But is it fair to say Title VI is kind of focused on public contracting? And so is this policy proposed for public works only, or is it proposed for the county as a whole? Who's the most likely complainants under this process? So again, we have already standing non-discrimination policies that apply countywide. Is this policy intended to just apply to transactions involving public works, or is there a broader umbrella that this policy is going to extend over all our county departments?
The Title VI extends over all departments receiving federal funds. So the policy will apply to all the departments receiving federal funds.
Well, without putting anybody on the spot, Pam, I see you're in the audience. I feel like I'm missing something here. I appreciate your diligence in bringing this forward. I'm just curious why your department, out of all departments, have finally found religion, if you will, and decided to bring this forward.
So there are existing policies that DPW has complied with. This is a result of the Federal Highway Administration and Caltrans oversight and requirements of the county. So specifically, they oversee the Public Works Department, the roadway funding, and there has been an increase in their oversight efforts here within this last year and forthcoming. So the majority of complaints will likely come from related to federal funding for highway projects. So most workers on construction projects are well represented and well aware of their rights. So yes, I anticipate seeing, if we see complaints, I would imagine it would come out from a federally funded highway project or bridge project.
And I just want to add that I appreciate you not kicking the can to another department, knowing that this might impact other departments. The fact that Caltrans kind of initiated the review process and brought it to your attention, and you're bringing it to us, I think is exactly the way that things happen when we find things. So I appreciate you bringing it directly to us, and this is also why Pam Samick is being activated as the point of contact to ensure that we are not violating anybody's rights. She's not going to be involved in the contracting efforts. She's not going to be involved in any of those procurement processes, just to ensure that we are following and doing training is also what I'm suspecting you will be a part of. So I think this is the right thing to do. Yes, it does seem a little late, but the fact is we haven't had any issues before. We get audited for ensuring our federal funds that we receive are being utilized appropriately. Nothing has come up yet. This will ensure that nothing else will come up in the future. So I appreciate you bringing it to us. I do have a bit of a hesitancy on the blank document, though none of the substantive stuff, I believe, will be changed, just the highlighted sections. I appreciate that being highlighted. What I'm hoping is, can we see a final document, or can we get an email when the website is up, so that we can at least be in the know and maybe be able to lead people to those areas whenever we hear something or somebody approaches us with any type of complaints that might mimic what's in this document.
Yes, we'll inform you.
Okay. That way we can get the update. All right. Thank you very much. Any other comments? Let's go ahead and open it up for public comment. Anyone wish to speak on this item? Seeing none in the Zoom room, no movement in the chamber, we'll go ahead and bring it back to the board for action.
If we were to add a sentence incorporating the policy as an exhibit to the reso, could you give us the form of that motion? Or it wouldn't be a motion, again, I would offer the resolution. I'd like to offer the resolution, but I'd like it to be amended to specifically attach the policy.
And that would be your board's option. It would be offering the resolution as amended with that particular amendment being proposed.
And that basically, the Title VI compliance plan would be attached to it, is what you're saying?
As Exhibit A or whatever. Yeah.
That's fine with me.
Yeah.
That resolution has been offered,
As amended?
as amended?
Supervisor Simon?
Yes.
Supervisor Crandall?
Aye.
Supervisor Green?
Aye.
Supervisor Pyska? And Supervisor Sabatier?
Aye. Thank you very much for bringing that to us.